even if digital asset represented a viable and an intriguing business opportunity, the technology and the infrastructure took a bit of time to develop. Both are now in a much more mature state than ever before. And 2024, for the first time, all three conditions, market, regulation, and infrastructure, are finally all in place. This is a huge opportunity for banks across Europe, and the time to capture it is now.
Let me just prove to you guys that we are early as F in this space. So Ripple just put this out October 9th, 2024. It's talking about tokenization in Australia. I've had previous video breakdowns where I've shown how integrated Ripple is with, orchestrating the digital environment in Australia. But here I highlighted in green because it talks about the future of finance and how it's digital. It says blockchain is playing a pivotal role in this transformation. And then it says down here, as a result, decentralized finance is projected to reach $601 billion by 2032, which I personally think is a low ball, just saying. But if we head over to DeFi Llama right now, okay, you can see that the total value locked in DeFi right now is $87 billion. So even if we just went off of that low ball projection by 2032, that $600 billion is going to be locked in TVL and DeFi, that is over a 5.5, give or take 5x from where we're sitting now, right? That's massive in terms of opportunity for platforms and blockchains that are heavily integrating into the DeFi space right now, like Chainlink, like XRP, like HBAR, like XLM, XTC, all these ecosystems that didn't have DeFi ecosystems the last two bull market cycles. Do you understand that the XRPL never in history outside of this year has ever had a DeFi like ecosystem where you could go and, provide liquidity on XRP and whatnot? Would that all changed this year with the AMM feature that launched in March?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And keep in mind too, the XRPL is pretty much like it's naked right now. It doesn't have liquid staking options just yet, right? Wait until liquid staking comes to the XRPL. Wait until lending and borrowing comes to the XRPL. And that's when that's going to be more game changing.
It's already here, bro. It's already here. It's just people don't know about it yet. People, and you and I are in the process of literally every single week discovering this stuff for our community. Like every single time we find something new, bro, Mr. Aqua literally hosts a weekly DeFi Zoom call and talks about all the new changing opportunities in DeFi for our private community. Like you don't even have to do research if you don't want to. You just check out Mr. Aqua's weekly Zoom call and tap into what the heck we're trying to show you. And it's literally insane what's happening.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, it's so crazy that I'd say probably right now to this day, I even want to ask people, so like when we go to XRP Unleashed, that's just going to be so interesting. Like, did you know? I just want to get a consensus. Did you know that XRP now has a DeFi ecosystem? Well, the XRPL has a DeFi ecosystem, and you can take your XRP and you can earn yield on it. Again, to what degree you do that, whether you provide liquidity, so on and so forth, because again, there's multiple ways that you can earn yield and rewards in DeFi. I just want to know if you know that your digital assets could be working for you. Most people are going to tell you no, or they're going to look at you like you're talking about a scam. When again, I'm trying to show you guys that this space is for a fact becoming regulated, and financial institutions are 110% about to beat the majority of retail investors because people are not paying attention. And oh man, so many people are going to be looking back in 5-10 years from now, exactly how people are looking on Amazon stock and Tesla stock right now.
Facts, bro. Yes, 1000%, brother. 1000%.
So, I mean, so it is, bro. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
There's just so much opportunity. I mean, you even forgot to mention Sui, bro. I mean, look at Sui and like, look at what the call out you gave to everybody in the community, for Sui just a few months ago, and look at where Sui's at now. And like, bro, Sui has so much potential as well. And it's
I bought so much Sui. I'm so happy. That's I sent you guys that picture in the chat the other day where my portfolio hit. for the first time ever. And bro, it was very motivating. And that was because we were buying soy at like 50 cents.
Yeah, you got paid out, my friend.
No, it's just cool because, you know, so many things are happening in DeFi and soy, like one-sided liquidity providing in soy, where you can just take your soy and just like, you know, one-sided liquidity providing. That's going to be a feature that unfolds rapidly in the near future. You know, why sell it? Why sell it when you were buying it at 50 cents and now it's worth $2.17 and you could go provide liquidity with and earn, you know, 20%, 30%. I'm going to be holding it for till 2030 anyway. I don't plan on selling any of my digital assets early. Like, this is a very long-term investment. That's why I day trade. So I don't have to, you know, but can you imagine what soy is going to be like in 2032? Why would I want to sell it now?
Yeah, brother. Yeah. You can get that bad boy working for you. You could get it working for you a couple times too.
Literally just printing. Even if it fluctuates back to the downside, it's just printing right now. It's a long-term hold. It's a blue chip, bro. Like, come on.
Yeah.
XRP is a blue chip. It's a blue chip. It's been in the top 10 performing assets for multiple years. It's a blue chip. Even if, okay, so let me ask y'all this question before we continue, because I'm going to answer it. And I want to know your opinion. What is your most favorite thing about DeFi? For me, right off the bat, it's that I literally don't worry about my long-term portfolio anymore. Like, it has alleviated my mindset around immediate price action. Because I'm a day trader, I fixate to immediate price action because I'm heavily involved with intraday price action. So I always know where XRP price is at. I always know what the market sentiment is, you know, whether it's risk on, risk off. So when XRP is dropping in value, freaking, you know, 10%, and people are freaking out and they're like, oh, Ripple's dumping on you. No, here at CYPRX, we actually do fundamental analysis and we figure out why the digital assets are declining in value and what's sucking liquidity out of the markets, because there's fundamental factors that do that. It's not just, oh, Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse CEO's dumping on you. People are just uneducated and make you believe that that's why, because that's not why. You can literally track their wallets and you can see this yourself. Like,
yeah. Everything's on chain, baby.
yeah. So anyways, my favorite thing about DeFi is that it alleviates my fear around, or not fear, but mental hurdles around price action in my long-term portfolio. For example, I've seen my portfolio, my long-term bags drop 25, 30K in, I don't know, weeks, like a matter of weeks, and then go back up 100K. You, like, normal people can't stomach that. I'm sorry, you can't. Like, most people, bro, they got their wives chapping in their ear. They got a 9-to-5 job that they can only put $40 in, which is not a bad thing. If that's your scenario, by all means. But those types of people that have no education and no help and no support, and they put $1,000 into crypto, they don't have $1,000 to risk. And then crypto does a freaking 40% drop and their money turns into $600, and they have no guidance and they've been getting manipulated all their lives. They're going to be like, yo, crypto's a scam. And they're going to pull out and they're going to lose out on this opportunity because they just ignore it. It's so sad, bro, what's happening right now.
Yeah, man.
But that's my favorite part about DeFi.
You know, my favorite part for me is it just, you know, it gives me even more patience. Like just kind of piggyback what you're saying. Like, you need patience to stomach the twists and turns of the way these markets move. And when you see your digital assets, or, you know, a portion of your digital assets working for you, earning you yield, you're like, you know what, I'm okay. You know what I mean? Like, let's create a strategy now. Let's create a strategy where we can buy when we really start bleeding, and I'll have some stable coin on the sideline to buy up that bleeding, you know, moment. You know what I mean? A huge discount moment. So it's just like, applying yourself and understanding DeFi can give you a whole new vision and a whole new way that you move in this ecosystem. So yeah, I would have to say for me, it's patience.
Yeah, you know what? Just to piggyback off of what you said before we hear Mr. Men's and Frank's responses, that DeFi is literally like the perfect perfect integration of both trading and long-term investing, because it gives you that dopamine fix that you want when you're a long-term investor and you know how, like, those long-term investors that are new that come into the space and they want like immediate price action. They want, like, you know, they've been watching $40 XRP price Moonboy videos and they come in and they're like, dang, I bought XRP at 62 cents. Now it's 55 cents. What the heck? I want some money. I want some price appreciation. Well, DeFi solves that, like, low key, because you're making $5 a day, $10 a day, $20 a day, and you can take that and reinvest it, again, not financial advice, into the digital assets that you want to keep purchasing and continue to build your bags, no matter what the price is at, whether XRP is at 62 cents, whether it's at $50, or whether it's at 10 cents, you're going to be able to do this with XRP. You know, you can always generate income, which is what I was talking about. Assets. They're literally called digital assets. They're not called digital liabilities. They're called digital assets. Like, they can be, you know, anyways. So that's I love that about DeFi. Like, I literally could care less. If XRP goes to $10, I'm like, cool, so be it. It goes to $10. Yeah, I'm going to take my initial investment out, so that it's the way my investment is break even. It's free. It's risk free, you know. It's risk free. And I'm just giving an example. If I have $50,000 invested in an XRP and XRP goes to freaking $50, I'm going to at least take $50,000 off the table. So that way my investment is risk free, and everything else I'm probably going to keep, honest to God, because it doesn't matter if XRP is $50 or 50 cents. I'm going to use it in the same way. And that's to generate more income.
Yeah, you just gave yourself a $50,000 annual raise, because now you can get your $50,000 working for you in DeFi, baby.
Like, you can literally put that 50 grand in stable coins that are earning freaking 17 to 10%.
Yes, man.
And that's what I like about DeFi. You can hedge yourself with stable coins. You can earning 20% on your stables, and when the market is bleeding, you can put it into the market. But if the market is going down, you're still earning on your stable. So yeah, that's what I like about DeFi the most.
Heck yeah. Mr. Man, what you got, bro?
Yeah, man. I like the fact with DeFi now, as we enter this technological era, the fact that I'm in control, like 100% in control of my money and where it goes, and the fact that DeFi give me options. And because now we have data, because it's all like data is the new gold, because you have data, you can make like actual visual moves now. So I was able to take 34K and run that up to 6 digits, no word of a lie. And I post this in my group as well, my Patreon. And later on today, I'm going to be telling people how I did that. I'd taken 34K. So I had a house, rental properties. I started off my journey in real estate. From real estate, I sold a house, flipped some of that money, only a small portion of that money, into DeFi. That DeFi money, I ran that up to 6 digits, and it kept me in control because I have data and I can make moves based off of that data itself, whether it's I'm earning fees or the fees are negative, and I see the price appreciation of the initial deposit from those assets as well. So you can make moves just based on what you see because you have actual data in front of you at this point.
Mm-hmm. You know what else I really like? And this is somebody's got to mute. This is not, I don't want to take it too hard, like warming, but like DeFi gives you equal access. An individual that I follow very closely, she's written multiple digital asset regulations in the space more recently this year as well. I've done multiple videos on her. Her name's Loretta Joseph. One thing that I heard her talk about months ago, they were in a panel discussion with the XDC network for like Blockchain Australia or a week or something like that. And she said that right now we're at such a moment in history where, you know, equal access is happening on a granular scale. It's not just about the price of these assets, not just about the price of Bitcoin. It's the fact that someone in Africa in the lowest income earning area has the same access now to the new financial system with nothing but a mobile device and internet connection, same access that somebody in the most expensive part of California, like Malibu, has. And that is so life-changing. So right now, someone in Africa has $20 in XRP, right? And someone in Malibu, California has $20 in XRP. They both have the equal opportunity right now to earn yield on that XRP. And let's, again, because obviously, of course, Africa has its own currency and whatnot, but let's say it is $20 US, both valued in XRP. And that person in Africa puts that $20 in XRP into the DeFi ecosystem and starts earning on that XRP and then recompounds that over the next year, compared to the individual in Malibu that does nothing because they're spoiled and they've had access to this life where they're like, I don't even need crypto. My grandfather gave me XRP and I'm just going to hold it, whatever. Don't even need it. That person in Africa that has equal access to the new financial system is going to have 10 times, 20 times, 30 times, 100 times more XRP and money than the person in America. And so what you have to understand is that all these people, these billions of people that have never had access to the financial system in this way before, they are coming too. It is not just these institutions that are coming. It is these people that have and have not had the things that you and if you're listening to this, most likely, you have access to Wi-Fi, you have access to internet, and you're probably sitting somewhere or driving somewhere. So you have a vehicle or something, you're in a car, like you're probably much more well taken care of than the people who are not listening to this, who are suffering right now. And those people that are suffering right now, they are coming. They are coming, and they're bringing billions of dollars. It's not going to happen overnight, but they're creating this infrastructure right now for all of this to take place. So come on now, y'all got to wake up. Like, we have such a massive opportunity. People are sleeping on it. So anyways, that went off on a tangent. Let me continue back down my rabbit hole to show you guys that institutions are 100% coming. So check this out. Let's move on. I want to get into some link developments. This is a video breakdown from about a month ago. Just listen to since we're on the topic of like earning yield and whatnot, listen to what Sergey says here about how yield, and once the search for yield increases, it's going to create a massive boom in DeFi. Take a second here and just listen.
Or even startups, essentially. Yeah, so I think the yield is definitely something that's a key component, and the yield farming and yield distribution mechanisms definitely help to increase that yield and distribute it to more and create like a virtuous cycle there. I think once the fundamental source of yield kind of dropped down, though, you got a lot of people trying to, let's say, creatively generate yield that wasn't really backed by much value. I feel like without a really core source of yield, that's kind of where DeFi gets stuck in cycles on. I feel like we're finally getting out of that mode. And with the interest rate going down, I think we're in a place where now DeFi can have that big yield boom again, possibly. In terms of RWAs.
And what do we talk about in the CYPRX community? What is happening on a global scale right now? Interest rate cuts from multiple central banks, ECB, Bank of Canada, Bank of England, right? Federal Reserve. This is not going to happen overnight, but people wake up. The transition is happening. All this money that is about to be in high search for yield as we head into a low interest rate environment is another main reason why this asset class is about to go pop. And not only that, but we're seeing increased institutional adoption. We're seeing a regulatory environment that has never been sound and principled for these financial institutions to come on board. And that is all changing. That is all changing. The green light is about to come. Like, I'd say that no longer than mid 2026, that's your last hope. Like mid 2026, regulations will be very, very much more established than they are now. And I mean, if we're already seeing institutions like BlackRock, JP Morgan, State Street, Franklin Templeton, Aberdeen, like all these digital assets and wealth, like, oh my God, bro, it's so crazy what's happening right now. All right. I think, Mr. Man, just real quick before you play that, let me just play 2 more clips, and then I'm going to let you have a little because it looks like you want to share something. Is that what that is right there? You pulled your screen up.
Yeah. This just goes hand in hand with exactly what you're talking about right now, with the confluence and showing that institutional adoption is happening right now.
Your screen is on. Is it a video?
It's a 30-second video.
Yeah, go ahead and play it, and then I'll play the 2 video clips after, because it'll go hand in hand with the 2 video clips that I have.
Okay, cool.
For European banks, the time to act is now. Forces have never previously converged in this way as we see it now. During previous bull markets, banks and financial institutions always had the risk of a regulatory uncertainty. Even if digital asset represented a viable and an intriguing business opportunity, the technology and the infrastructure took a bit of time to develop. Both are now in a much more mature state than ever before. And 2024, for the first time, all 3 conditions, market, regulation, and infrastructure, are finally all in place. This is a huge opportunity for banks across Europe, and the time to capture it is now.
It's now, bro. I swear to God, stuff like that makes me so freaking happy, because my dude, I've been trying, it's so crazy that people will talk shit about us on Twitter and be like, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, bro, this is not my opinion. I get this information, and I know that Mr. Man gets this information with so many more credentials than people on Twitter, bro. Like, come on.
That's
You
fact.
know, if I watch YouTube, if you go look at my YouTube history, it's just institutional videos. It's just panel discussions. It's just banks talking. It's freaking these private financial action task force meetings. Bro, I be watching the Financial Action Task Force talk to the Bank of International Settlements, talk to the IMF, and it is the most boring shit I've ever heard. But what are they talking about? They're literally talking about the transformation. They're talking about the global economies. They're talking about interest rates. They're talking about businesses and massive institutions, artificial intelligence, and data privacy, data security, like all of this digital identity. That's literally what they're talking about right now. And it's crazy that people think that researchers like us are the crazy ones, when in reality, full matrix reversal, it is actually you being crazy for not paying attention to what's actually happening. And it's most likely because people are distracted, bro.
Yeah.
Back to what we started off this whole entire video with, the full circle. Like, it is really, there is a war right now happening, people. It's not just the fourth industrial revolution. It is a global war on our brain, psychology.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. 100%, man. And they keep, you know, part of that is, you know, the water, you know what I mean? To not go off too much of a rabbit hole, but it's the food, the water, the
Do
TV. You know what I mean? Like, if you're still eating McDonald's, like I just watched on the news on Yahoo Finance, they said that they had a E. coli breakout, deadly E. coli breakout, people dying from eating McDonald's. Like, yo, like,
and Trump was just serving burgers at McDonald's, wasn't he, the other day?
yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so let's continue down the rabbit hole, because again, we got to jump back on train, and so much juicy information. All right, shout out to everybody that's listening. As you guys can tell, what I say at the beginning of this, if you stuck around, you're going to learn something we were going to say was going to blow your mind. Tell me we haven't been laying down heat and juice so far. All right, come on now. Not even trying to toot my own horn, but you go and you watch other YouTubers and influencers on the internet, and what are they talking about? They're always talking about the same, they're always talking about price prediction this, Ripple SEC this, know your assets this, and they don't even know what the heck. That's just so mainstream. If you want to jump in behind the scenes and you don't want mainstream, then tap into what we got to offer. Mr. Man's also as well got his own private thing going on, and I'm just telling you guys, are going to learn and benefit for real. It's like so many people, they think they're playing a winning game, but they're not playing a winning game. They're just distracted into believing they are, because they're participated in something that's so small right now that it makes you feel like part of a community very easily. And most communities right now in this space, they're getting the wrong info. I'll tell you that much, low key, So